pulling out these roof vents, and we're going to cut the diameter of these holes slightly bigger. Then we're going to place the frame on the inside, and that all sandwiched together we worked out should be about 50mm. So if everything comes together as we hope, then these things should actually fit, because we need a clearance of at least 46mm. So as you can see, I'm currently tidying up these where these roof vents were, because they were a right mess. Like, somebody's really tried to just bodge it. They put all kinds of different layers of sealant on here, and well, they used to leak, so we're going to do it properly, including these ridges that are along the roof here. I'm going to have to sand them down with the Dremel so that we get a nice fitment. So I've got all the sealant off now. Now I'm going to do this particular vent here that I'm in right now, this one is cutting slightly bigger, and then I'm going to be testing not these old horrible ones, but the brand new roof vents to make sure that they fit. Here we are with the test fit. As you can see, it fits some of the way around. This is with the original fitment, and I've just got to cut it round just a fraction, and then it will just slot straight in, because these are the old ones. Well, looks like they fit but very poorly. They're just, they're shot, they're horrible. I've actually sealed all this off, so when I do the cutout on the other side, I'm going to do it from above. This will capture all of the offcuts of the fiberglass, so it won't be all messy in here, because we had to sweep it all up before, and it was really bad. That's what the new one will look like. Much better. Next to do the frame after this. So here is the skylight in now. Well, temporary fit, because we've got to fit the framework. This is the front one, because I had to cut the hole bigger. And that's the other one. This is not actually in, that's just a hole in the roof. What is it that you're doing here then?
Well, we're going to build a new frame inside the camper van, because there was none there before. I'm not sure whether there was originally, but what we found when we tore it apart was just like blobs of adhesive, so they could put the hardboard on the sides. And what happened there though is, because of the damp and it was leaking in a bit, it came away from the walls. So what we're going to do is build a new frame inside with this softwood, and what I'm doing is cutting them to size. It's about 4 foot at the roof there, and there's a bit of a curve in the roof. We're probably going to keep that in there. We're going to have a job, because you can't actually screw into the roof because it's not insulated except for in the middle here, in this hump. So what we're going to do is put a couple of screws in this central hump here, through the middle here, and that will stress these wooden supports in place. And then we're just going to fill in all around them, so we'll have a nice frame ready to put the insulation in, which you can buy, and we'll come to that when we come to it. But this is going to be quite tedious. I'm chamfering off the edges here because you've got a curved profile, as you can see there. Yeah, that'll fit a lot better then. Okay, so there we go. Let's crack on with this then. We've got a lot to do.
So what are you about to do here then?
Well, we're going to start fitting the wooden frames. What we did is opened up the hatches here for the vents. Now I've done that, these are just wedged in so that I can build a frame around each one. But we're going to start with the front one here. I've already cut it to shape, and chamfered it off here because of the curve, and that's going to fit in here. I've pre-drilled the holes because you can drill into the ceiling, but only in the middle here because there's like a double thickness. I can't use these screws on the outside because there's only a single thickness there. So I've got 3 screws there because these are quite stressed, and will retain the curvature of the ceiling a little, which will give it a bit more style, I think. We've already figured out when the vents go in that they'll fit nicely as well to the curve because we've allowed for that as well. So I'm going to use no nails on this as well as screws, so I'm going to put a bit more on because I did a trial fit here earlier on. So what I'm going to try and do is wedge it in place. While I put the screws in.
Just push it on that side, that's it. One more screw there, it looks pretty tight. So that's the first piece in. We've used these 2 pieces of wood here to brace it so the Unibond No More Nails will bond with the roof there, and we've used 3 screws here so that will all hold it into place, because this is double skinned in the centre here, but these side bits we can't screw into because it will go straight through the roof. So we've decided to go with putting the battens across like this, because if we put them lengthways, the little ones that will be left here will be too squared off. So because we want to keep the curvature of the roof, we are going to do it the battens across, all the way across, and then do the length ones afterwards. So this is about 4 foot. These are going to go in here.
Yes.
Like so. So you can see that up there, and there is a gap, so that has to be pushed up into it because the roof is slightly curved. Don't know if you can see, but it rained last night, and yeah, these are the old vents, and you can see how much they've leaked. There's actually a drip happening here, but that's fine. There's no sealant around them, so it was to be expected.
Okay, this should be dry now as well. We'll take these off. Look at that, eh? Solid. That's the first bit in anyway. Because it was very stressful to get that up there, what we're going to do, it's a little tip, you see all these lines, we're going to make cuts in here, so this will be much more flexible for the next one. Okay, I'll show you that when I've done it. If you overdo it, it'll just snap, but it should be okay. And we're going to place this one over in this position here. We'll take it all in bite-sized sections. So we're going to concentrate on the main part of the roof first. I'm going to do this first, and then we're going to tackle the rear end later on as a separate issue. That'll be better that way. Be easier to think about and won't be so daunting. So we're going to crack on with that then. It's much more flexible now. Drill the pilot hole, or 3.
I'm going to put in this final piece here for the skylight, and then we'll have the frame. So here it goes. If my calculations are correct, this should actually fit. So we've now got a frame in, as you can see, and we've encountered a few issues. Like here there was an issue where it was creating a step, but I fixed that by putting a screw in from the other side. That was really good. So the roof is like a bit, it's curved, the actual roof, and the issue that we've got here is that there's actually like a step in the roof. So when we take this beam away here, which is actually creating a support, it comes away from the roof, and there's quite a big gap. So what we're going to do is put some ribs across, which we're going to screw in, several of them, and then we're going to screw in from this these sides here and the other side here as well, and that should then create like a nice solid structure, and I'm sure that will be fantastic then. I can't wait to get these vents in. It's going to be really cool. As you can see, all the framing's now done. So we needed to do the framing part here so that we could install the skylights in the next step. We haven't done the walls yet, and we haven't done the windows because I need to put them on order. So that's the next bit after we've installed the skylights. Then I have to install all of the wiring for the 12 volt supply and for the 240 volt supply. And I'm going to install 3 batteries there. Might be overkill, but we'll see about that. So the next stage, in the next video, I'm going to be installing the skylights. Look forward to that.